Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we are on the DR, and this is actually probably the first actual ride I've taken on this bike in the new year. We of course have gone through and changed out the fork fluid. We've got the new steering damper on, got the bigger tank on, got the bags on, got the new brake pads. So yeah, this is the maiden voyage for me to kind of go out and get my sea legs on. I'm kind of 90% in BDR outfit mode, so I'm currently wearing full armor, all mesh, ADV boots, and a new helmet. So I picked up the Scorpion AT960. It is a modular ADV helmet. I've just really gotten comfortable and really used to being able to open my visor whenever I needed to. And I really like the look of this one. It's got great reviews. I know the previous version, the AT950, had great reviews, and it was actually pretty affordable too. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description if you want to check it out. I still have my Shoei. I'll probably wear that whenever I take the Dyna out or regular cruiser. But it's kind of cool because this helmet, you can take off the, it's got a visor on it. So you can take that off if you want. It's got little covers, so who knows, maybe the Shoei might retire. I do have quite a few miles on that helmet. I think that's the longest helmet I've actually kept. Probably because it's been the most comfortable. I did try on this helmet at a local store before I bought it. And it honestly fits my head very well, so win-win in my book. So I figure I'd go out, do a shakedown run today. I do have plans to go ride with my buddy Ed tomorrow. You guys have seen him in previous videos before. If you watched my last video upgrading this bike, you might have seen me announce that I was going to go down and ride the Mid-Atlantic BDR again. So we have about maybe a month and a half or so, depending on when we decide to go down, to get kind of back to used to riding gravel, and make sure the bikes are up to snuff. I know Ed has done a handful of upgrades on his bike. I've done my share, obviously. And I don't think I've actually been on gravel on this bike since November of last year. So I'm really excited to see where I'm starting over at, you know. But initial impressions, I really enjoy the helmet. The steering damper, man, I love it. It is a game changer for this bike. It just makes the front end feel so much more planted. I do feel like I'm getting less vibration even through the bars, which I'm running like a very aggressive front tire on this, so some vibration is to be expected. But so far, initial impressions, I am just extremely pleased with it. I better be, because it was over $600, so that kind of hurt. But like I said, I sold a bike, and a little bit of those funds went towards upgrading this to make it more capable for me and the way I like it to feel and what I plan to use it for. So we're out on one of my old routes. This one I believe I have called the Fox Knob Run, and I call it that because it basically goes all the way around the tallest hill in this area called Fox Knob. So it is a little chilly, but when we go down to the MABDR, I mean, the last time I went, I rode in 90-degree weather plus, and I suffocated because I didn't know much about ADV gear at the time, and it was basically waterproof gear with some air vents. So the fact that I was cruising around in gear made for 70 and below, I completely sweated my ass off. So I'm not making that mistake this time. This time I'll just bring rain gear as a shell if I need to. and rock the mesh gear. There's gravel. Alright, we're going to take it a little slow, see how I feel, see if I'm still used to the bike dancing underneath of me. Once again, I can already tell a difference with this stabilizer. The front end just feels planted. Oh, it's great to be out in these woods again, honestly. Dude, this just feels great. Take her easy going down the hill. Really don't want to get too confident right now. I'm going to watch out for the ridges of the gravel in the center of the road. It's hard to say what the actual road conditions will be like. Ohio has gotten a ton of rain here recently. Yeah, hear her working? So currently I still have a 70-30 in the front, so 70% off-road, and then just a 50-50 in the rear. I did start out on a D-Sport, a Tuska D-Sport on the rear, and that was a pretty aggressive tire, and it was a little unpredictable actually, I felt like, on pavement. I didn't really like it too much. Once you got leaning the bike over a little bit, it just got really lumpy. And so I went down to this, I think it's a Shinko 704 or 5 or something like that. That road is beat up. Now obviously it's working a little more in the back, but on the paved roads it's just a joy. I feel like I got a lot more control on the paved roads than the D-Sport. I feel pretty comfortable actually. It's kind of surprising, but doesn't mean I don't need the seat time. Yeah, this is the old road I grew up on. Close to it anyways. Well, someone did some donuts here. Now, this is some nice practice here because this is kind of thicker packed gravel, kind of a little more marbly. Kind of feel what the bike feels like. I'm just talking myself through it. I don't know if anyone else ever does that. Do you talk yourself through stuff like this? I swear these people probably get new gravel on this road every 3 months. So by now the video for my wife's Dyna's come out as well. So you haven't watched that, you go back, check that out. We basically just kind of agreed to kind of, I don't know, give it a light refresh. So I just did a 3-hole oil change on it and got a bunch of parts powder coated for it. It came out pretty good, pretty happy with it. Hopefully I'll be taking that out on some trips as well down south. Not out of state, but just down south in southern Ohio. Be a nice little bike, hopefully. I actually was the one that put on the handlebars and the risers and all that stuff originally when she got it. I think that was like one of the first bikes I actually did a handlebar install on. It might have been my Dyna first and then hers. And then, gosh, I've done so many since then. It's just not even funny. Oh yeah, they got all kinds of gravel here. This hill definitely has gotten washed out. Yeah, here's all the ruts and everything. I don't know where this water is coming from. I hear a squeaking. Is that coming from me? I think that squeaking I'm hearing is coming from my chin strap on the helmet. Oh, I know what it is. I'm trying out wearing some clear glasses underneath my helmet, just to help kind of mitigate any floating dust from getting up in my eyes. So I can't be out all day. I've actually got plans to have dinner with Jess, and then I think we're actually going out to a car dealership for a cruise-in. It's not necessarily a motorcycle cruise-in, it's more of a car cruise-in, but you can take bikes, they're pretty cool. I went way back before the pandemic. It was a pretty cool time. Lots of couple exotics, couple of muscle cars. It was back when I had my old FRS and I'd take it out there. I haven't been for a few years, and might pop out after there after dinner. I was thinking about taking out the Honda CX just to kind of ride it out there. I don't know, it's a retro. Somebody might like it. Still haven't sold that bike. Like I said, it's probably going to be a hard sale. They just aren't worth much. I'm not really asking much. I mean, I think it's a reasonable amount that I'm asking, but eventually it'll sell, hopefully. It's either that or I'm going to trade it for something. Should see if I can get a tire machine or something in the garage. That'd be kind of nice. Oh, and if you notice, the camera might look a little different. I robbed one of Jessica's old GoPros. So I've been running the GoPro 9, I think, ever since I started this channel. Maybe I started out on the 8, but I've been on the 9. And apparently the 9s are like the worst GoPro out of all of them because of the overheating issues, and they like to crash and whatnot. So I kind of got a GoPro 13 that she got a while back. So hopefully it looks better. I picked up some spare batteries. Actual GoPro batteries are kind of expensive, so I got some no-name ones off Amazon. See how they hold up, so I'm kind of testing those. What's interesting is everyone says that they don't show the actual battery percentage, which I thought was interesting. They just show 100% until they die. Can't really see it right now, the screen is asleep. Alright, nobody coming? 1, 2, 3, go. But with that BDR trip coming up, I'm trying to figure out how to film that, because the issue I had last time was I had, I think, 3 batteries with me. But I mean, they could only record maybe half an hour at a time, so I was constantly on and off the camera, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I think all the interesting sections on there are dirt, so you kind of leave out all the paved sections of kind of like this. But the group I was with at the time also didn't stop a whole lot, and I didn't want to stop and hold them up, so I probably only got like a battery change every 2 or 3 hours, I think. So there's a lot of footage missed out. What I'm going to try this time is I'm running the batteries again, but these batteries last a little longer now on the newer GoPros, more about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I am filming at 4K, so that does, you know, affect it, but I'm only doing 30 frames a second. I'm going to run a bigger memory card, and hopefully this time, whenever my batteries die, I can just kind of switch them out whenever I want, since it's just going to be Ed and I, we can kind of dictate our own schedule and take our time. I know there's hundreds of videos out there now on the MABDR, but I'll try to cover some of the sections that I think, you know, deserve attention, which there are some really nice overlooks, but also I think Ed and I are going to kind of treat it like a touristy, so there's a couple places we want to go to, and I'll try to record a lot with the phone as well. Try to break it up. Super excited about that trip. That's like the only trip I really have kind of in the works this year. Other than I believe I will be going up to the homecoming show with Jess. Oh, I thought I made a wrong turn there for a second. I was like, where am I going? So this road is always infamous for thick gravel as well. Some nice sweepers. It's a good road to practice on. See how much it dances around. Oh yeah. Oh, they kind of left the inside shoulder empty. That's interesting. A little too much heat here coming through. I can tell she's thick. She's thick. I just know the grip limitations on that back tire. It's not going to dig in on this, so I got to kind of let it drag a little. Last time I was here, it had a lot of gravel. But not so much now. Ooh, I can tell it's a little slick. Yep, it's wet. Looks like they've patched the washouts, but it is a lot of runoff. Not too bad. Not too bad. They've done a good job of maintaining this road. You can tell they've been out here working it. I think the last time I came out here was pretty rutted up. You can see where it crosses over here, washes out the road. Right in there. They've been doing a good job. This is not a, I don't even know this is an actual maintained public road, but it is a public road. It goes right up next to a private residence, so I just try to go through politely. Little baby water crossing. And then up here is the cute little covered bridge. If you've watched the channel enough, you've probably seen me stop here a couple of times. 1879, the Schultz Bridge. They've done a really good job of maintaining it. a lot of side-by-sides out on the road. Gotta be like a side-by-side thing going on today. That makes like 9, I think, I've seen just out on the road, not including that pack we drove past. Well, that is all the dirt that is on this route. The last little section I'm going down now is just a nice little valley, twisty, scenic scene. Just to close off the route and start heading home. I'm surprised. It's about, what time is it? It is 1:20. I can tell I'm getting quicker because that's probably the quickest I've ever actually ridden through this route. So that's pretty cool. I think it used to take me a couple of hours. Now it's about an hour and a half. And I'm very surprised because it's actually still a little chilly out. So that's a good thing. So this mesh gear is doing its job, so I'm not too worried about riding in it in hotter weather. At least I know it has good ventilation. But hopefully y'all enjoyed tagging along. And I'll probably be out on the bike tomorrow with my buddy Ed, like I said. I'm not sure where we're riding yet. I'll try to bring you along again. About ran over the groundhog there. And with that exciting note, I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.